Well, good morning, folks. Wednesday, August 27th. Trust everybody is fine. Woke up this morning driving on into town, and radio. I usually turn the Sportsnet 650. It is get some sports news and alternate between that and regular mainstream news to see what propaganda is going on. And it was surprising. Everybody was in an uproar. The teams weren't taking a day off. Professional sports teams weren't taking a day off to side with the Black Lives Matter protests. And I thought, it sort of gets a bit much to see all of these professional multimillionaires, whether they're actors, entertainers, hockey players, football players, baseball players, basketball players, whatever their position. It gets to be a bit rich for them to take their stage and support Black Lives Matter. Because it's obvious they do not understand what Black Lives Matter represents. They haven't taken the time to really dig deep. Now maybe their intentions are good, but your intentions are good and you keep repeating stupidity doesn't make you brilliant. 40 people can get shot in Chicago and nobody shows up. Why? Where are all these multi-million-dollar athletes who get on the national mainstream media ranting and raving about about racial injustice? Where are you when those 40 people got shot? When those kids get shot in their rooms by bullets coming through the walls? Where in the hell are you? Where are you? Why don't you put some of your money where your mouth is and go help those people? Go into those communities. There's two athletes you could follow an example of, and I'm sure there's many more, but two come to mind. The Sedins out of Vancouver, ex-NHL players, retired, and PK Subban. I mean, these people put their money where their mouth was. They created foundations and funds, and they visit children and work with young people. They don't just climb on television and make themselves feel all nice and important. I've done my thing. I got on here, said my spew. I've used my stage. And I'm supporting an organization that is just into chaos. It has nothing to do with Black Lives Matter. And you would think, even these sportscasters on Sportsnet 650, they're all sort of going on and on and on. And again, I guess you expect that from mainstream media. Maybe they have their scripts and they've got to repeat them. But corporations and the multimillionaires spewing bullshit, brainwashed bullshit, really bothers us. It's getting bothersome. Like that unfortunate incident in Minneapolis where that young man shot himself, committed suicide right in front of everybody. And what did they do? They blame the cops and start burning and looting. There's something wrong with this, folks. And I think it could start with the professional athletes getting serious. They disappear into their gated mansions with security guards and cameras and whatever, and feel good about taking 3 minutes to blast everybody else for not supporting BLM. It's like saying it's like telling Germans they were bad because they didn't support the SS. I mean, this is a revolutionary group, folks. And if you don't see that, maybe educate yourself a bit. Maybe take the time to really dig deep. And for those athletes who really mean well, look at this. And you announcers and sportscasters who really are getting behind this thing, maybe look at it. Find out. And then you can have some influence and work with people. You see, not one of these multimillionaire athletes, black athletes, lives in those communities where all this nastiness is going on. Then you've got a lot of money. Why, instead of 16 bathrooms, why not donate some of that money to start an organization in those communities and show up yourself and work with young people? Now, people on the street do that. We live in a small town and people actually do that. Not everybody, but some of us do. And it just gets a bit annoying for everybody to get on this brainwashed BS and start pointing fingers at everybody else and calling us all systemic racists. We're not. The police are not systemic racists. And it just gets annoying. There is no excuse. And the thing that is really, really annoying are the politicians who are pandering to all this shit. Why would you vote for clowns like that? Power-hungry idiots. Why would you vote for them? Who are standing by and letting their cities and their states get turned into sort of war zones. There is something wrong with that picture. And I think if we don't stand up, like right now, and start speaking out and looking at what's going on, before you know it, you're going to be in a place where the wish the hell you didn't want to be. Because if you go into neighborhoods, black, white, indigenous, Chinese, whatever, people are getting along. It's just in some ghetto areas where we should be helping, where you guys with the multi-million-dollar salaries could really help with your notoriety and fame and money, but you're not. You're making yourselves feel good by standing on a platform and going blah, 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 blah. Have your masks on. Yeah, put your masks on because you got to have your mask. I mean, it's true. It's just crazy. And I can't see how so many people out there don't see it. It's crazy. Total nuts. And research things before you go off on a craziness. See what's really happening, what it's all about. See what it's all about. Take up your political membership card and rip it up so you're not, and look with an open mind at what's happening on the streets. What's actually happening? Who's stirring this pot? Perhaps it's many of the politicians who represent that card you carry. And I don't care which party you're in. Rip up that card and stand back and look at things with a clear mind. I guess that's about all for today. Take care. See you tomorrow.